All right, YouTube, what's good? What's good? My name is Andrew Lindley, as you know, and this is the DJ Connect. And this is the video that everybody has been waiting for a very long time. There was a lot of stuff that I did have to get set up. I'm already a little frustrated because I had to set up a whole virtual audio cable to get this working again with Serato. So that's actually going to be it was for live streaming through Serato. I don't know why this is. Pioneer seems to think that it's okay to, I guess in 2022, not have an audio output right off the USB. I'm not sure why this is. I'm not going to get into it because I do love this controller. But I don't know. I guess this is a thing with Pioneer because this isn't the first time I've ran into this. I swear that my Pioneer DDJ 1000 was good out the gate. I would have to look back to figure that out. I'm not 100% certain if that is the truth, but it is what it is. And we're here now. So welcome. This is the DJ Connect. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video because we're going to have nothing but fire for my DJs coming out in the very near future. We're just getting started and we're coming to take over the entire YouTube. So you know what it is. Smash that thumbs up button. Drop your comments in the chat and I will always personally respond to every single one of them. And let's get into it. I said it before. We're going to get into the realest video of all time. We're talking about the Pioneer DDJ Rev7. What everybody is trying to get after this Rev7. And I got it. I got one of the only ones in Canada. So I'm pretty hyped about that. Let's get into it. I'm just going to turn the echo down. Just for this video. I do love that the echo is built into the microphone. I'm a big fan. For mobile gigs, it just adds that little extra bit to it. And I think it's very helpful. Some people hate it. Some people don't like the echo. I love the echo. It makes it just sound more radio, more professional, more sick. It just sounds sicker. And that's what it is. And what I actually noticed, which is really funny, if you guys know what my setup normally looks like, this thing is tiny in comparison to my Rain 12s, which was the whole screen. I had to move the camera around just to fit this thing in. This is portable. This is going to be my controller for every single event that I go to. I haven't got to use that on an event yet, but this Friday, which is 4 days away, I get to bring it to my very first event. I cannot wait to actually use this in the real world. But yeah, let's just start getting into it. What do we start with first? I guess let's start with the platters. And this is the only thing that I'm not a fan of. Pioneer, why do you do this all of the time? Why must you do this to us? Why do you always got to go around and try and change something? I understand innovation. For a business, I like to say this all of the time. The only two things in business that matter is innovation and marketing. And innovation is kind of just how do you do something better than someone else? This innovation, in my opinion, was some innovation. This was not good. What this is it's an acrylic platter. I'm just gonna pop this off. I did this live when I very first got it on my very first live stream and almost busted it live on video, which was hilarious. Because I didn't realize you had to get it exactly back in the port, but that's a story for another day. You'll see right here, it's plastic clips, and realistically, I think this is the thing that this is gonna be the only thing that is gonna break. This is the weakest link in the entire system, and of course it's on the moving platters. I don't know why they did this. They went plastic. I don't know if this breaks. Is Pioneer gonna replace this for free for everybody? This is a $3,000 controller in Canada. In American, I think it's $18.99, which is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. This thing should be bulletproof, set up. You should be able to throw this off the roof and be good, because you know that the Rain 1, the Rain 12, these things are built like tanks. I'm pretty sure I've seen a video where a car drove over a Rain 1. That's what I'm looking for. When I'm spending this kind of money on a controller, I think it should be bulletproof, and especially one where with moving platters that you're going to be scratching on the entire time, it should be good. And number two, like I just did a video, I'm not sure when you guys will see it, probably before this one, but I just did a video where I tried to create my own little slip mats. This is what they give you, this little plastic slip mat. Like, I'm starting to think that Pioneer DJ also stands for plastic DJ. Everything is plastic with Pioneer. And I don't want to sit here and sound like a hater, because I do love this controller. I think it's incredible. But I don't agree with the things that they're trying to do here. Hopefully there's no problems. I haven't ran into any yet. And hopefully that's just how it is for the rest of time. But, like, this is where I could see issues arising from. I can see, like, the little plastic clip here breaking, and then that's a big issue. Now I have to, like, order a new plate or something. And then what happens? Like, I don't have another controller to play with. If a clip breaks, does the whole controller break? Is it still going to hold on? Is it going to be okay? Like, I don't know what happens if that happens. And realistically, that's the only thing that I can see falling apart here. And pretty much all... well, I guess I can say, when I did make that slip mat, what's supposed to happen, you can see here, hopefully, that this is always spinning, and when you're scratching, the motor continues to spin. That's what a slip mat is for. It's to keep it slipping. When I cut out a slip mat and put it underneath here, all it did was make it stick together. I think it was too thick. Like, it was too thick of a slip mat that it was actually, like, gripping both platters. So it was sticky, and it just didn't work. I assume this is something that's going to come out in the near future. Like, people are going to start selling these as add-ons and bonuses. Like, I can't even right now get a deck saver for this thing because it's brand new. Nobody seems to have anything, and that's okay. Like, I understand that it's very new, and most people don't even have it. Most people don't have access to it, so it's going to be difficult for a lot of people to get stuff, and it's going to be difficult for, like, the bonuses to start rolling in. But that is something that I would love to see, like, very thin slip mats, because it obviously has to be thin, like very thin, very slippy to go in between this. It just doesn't feel right. Like, when you're using the platter and you're moving it around, like right now, you probably can't hear this, but there's like a very plasticky sound. It's not firm. Like, if you push around on it, you can, like, kind of feel like divots in there, and that's not okay. Like, I want it to be firm. With the Rain 12, like, it is firm. The Rain 1 is firm. It's exactly what you expect when you're moving to it. So in my opinion, like, Rain, they won the platter battle. Like, no questions asked. Rain won 100%. And that's the last thing I'm gonna, like, say about this. And I'm a big fan of Rain. I'm a big fan of Pioneer. Like, Pioneer killed it with this controller, but these platters, they suck. I'll say it here. I'm really starting to get used to them, though. Like, they're getting better. Obviously, the more you use it, the better you're going to get with it. But it's not something I'm too happy about. I don't know why they went this way. I'm sure they know, but I don't know why they went that way. I'm not a big fan, and it is what it is. So apart from that, like, it's great. I'm starting to get the hang of it. It's awesome. I don't like that. Like, I like that they gave us stickers to put on here, but I don't like that it's a sticker, because you can actually, like, feel it. I know that one day I'm going to knock this sticker off. Like, I'm going to start peeling it back while I'm scratching. It is what it is. I don't know why they just didn't build it into the platter. I don't know, like, I don't know why. I don't know why, like, on the Rain it's built in. I don't know if they're trying to be different. I don't know if they just want to keep it looking clean. But if you're somebody who bought this controller, you're most likely a scratch DJ, and you're going to want that, because that's what you look at. You don't look at the waveforms. Like, I'll tell you guys right now, as DJs, do not look at the waveforms. You want to be looking at your platter. If you're scratching, you want a marker on there, and you want to be looking at it. I know how that's what they used to use back in the day with turntables. Like, I understand completely, but this is not back in the day. We are in 2022. It's just something I feel like that was overlooked, but it is what it is. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say on the platters. Not the biggest fan of the platters, but it is what it is. Next up, I guess right on here, we got, like, the display mode. It might be hard to see this, but down here, you can actually set it to both 33 and 45. Again, I don't know why, because we are DVS. We're using Serato as a controller. Like, that's kind of irrelevant. I don't know why that's there, but I guess it's just to keep it realistic. That's how they wanted to make it. That's cool. It's cool by me. I like to use that because it actually speeds it up when I'm working on my cuts. I'm able to really speed stuff up instead of like having to go through. Because once I get to the instant scratch feature, I'll show you how that works. But it's nice to have. But apart from that, you just hold shift and you can change the display mode. This is the waveform. Then you just have like the normal Serato screen here with the time, how much time is left, the BPM. What mode you're in. So right now I'm in instant scratch, or you can add your own little picture. Really cool. I like that. I didn't like that there was a screen here, but the more I use it, I'm sure I'll start to love it. And that's about it. That's your options here. Next thing you got is instant scratch. This is incredible. I love it. I definitely understand that there's probably a very low chance that we're gonna be able to get in here and change the samples. But I love this feature. Like within 10 seconds, I don't have to have Serato on. I don't have to have anything on. I turn my speaker on. I turn the controller on. I hit instant scratch, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to scratch. I love that this is here. Some people are hating on it, but I love it. Like it's got built-in scratch samples. That's one of them. Second scratch sample.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. Go.
This next one, it's a half scratch sample, half beat. And then the last one is just a straight up beat. And it's just there. Like, it's there for you built in forever. And that's amazing. Like, if I just want to hop on here, get my hour of scratch practice in, I don't want to turn anything on, I don't want to pull my computer out, I don't want to get my laptop out, it's here and ready to go. Like, bang on Pioneer. Like, you killed it with that. Absolutely killed it. I would love to be able to come in here and add my own samples, but obviously I understand, like, these are built in to the controller. And what's amazing about that is there's no latency. Like, you're never going to get latency like this. There's no buffer. There's no anything. This is built in to the hardware. So this is as close as you're ever going to get to, like, perfect to essentially, like, using records. This is as close as you're ever going to get to that. I've never got to use the phase, which is something I'm sad about. Like, I would love to play with the phase, but from my knowledge, like, this is the greatest, like, the closest thing you're ever gonna get to it. And that's about it. And what I was saying earlier with the 45 is you can only change this +8 or -8. So you can only use, like, the normal +8, -8. You do get the tempo range, but that only works in Serato. I'm not sure why it doesn't work on instant scratch mode, but that's as far as you get to use, like, +8, 7, 8. But if you want to go faster, like, you need the beat to be faster, you just hit it on 45, and then now you're faster. Now you have, like, an even bigger window of, like, faster to slower. So that's a bonus. Like, you're gonna get as much as you need out of that. You got, like, an 80 BPM, 100 BPM, and then this takes it up to, like, 140 BPM or 124 BPM. That's a wide range of stuff that you can use. But once you get tired of instant scratch, you got your scratch bank right here, which is incredible. Scratch bank enabled. This is just one of my beats that I use. Which goes through everything. It starts at, like, 60 BPM and goes all the way up to 140. And that's it. Like, you put your stuff in that you need from Scratch Bank and you're set. So scratching wise, you have everything. I have nothing bad to say about this apart from this platter, which I'm starting to enjoy. I'm starting to figure it out. I'm starting to learn. That's cool. Like, I have no quarrels with that. And what do we got up next? Scratch Bank. Even cooler, even cooler. I don't have any songs loaded up right now apart from this, but you have an extra. These 4 buttons here are more pads. So, I don't have any cues on here. Let me just hop one up to here. I'll put one here, and then I'll put one down here. So what this would be useful for is, like, if you want to always use a loop roll or something. You got a loop roll set up. or you have your like save loop, whatever it is. Yeah, it's not gonna pull up on here because it's not analyzed. You can't analyze this kind of track, so I can't actually do a loop roll. This has it. Yeah, that probably won't work either. Okay. So all that's doing is using my loop roll. If you were in a track, you know how a loop roll works. If you don't, just drop something in the comments, and I can gladly make a video on loop rolls. But because I have this extra 4 hotkeys up here, incredible, like incredible, Pioneer. You guys came through on this. Now I can jump, like now I can use both the loop roll and the hotkeys at the same time. That's absolutely golden. Like, if you don't understand how sick that is, let me tell you, this is the sickest feature I have seen yet on a controller, and I've had a lot of controllers. This one takes the cake. Past that, what do we got? You if you want to shift out, you can get your sampler in too. I don't think I have any samplers on, but you can change this to now this is your sampler, or you got your sampler here. But if you wanted to just drop your sampler up here and then use like your hotkeys over here, you got that option too. So there's so many different ways that you can set this up and change it up to fit your style. Incredible. Save loop, hotkey, scratch bank, instant scratch. So that kind of takes care of all of that. You got your stop time. If you don't know what that is, it's just I'm gonna take it out at instant scratch. This is just like how fast you want it to however you want it to be. If you want to sound like a turntable, powering down. So that's just the stop time of like how you want the platter to go. You can actually set that up with regular controllers too. You can have it like mimic that, but this is like pretty much turntables, like pretty much turntables. I love it. You got the auto loop. Thank God. These guys, oh man, I used to have a Pioneer 1000 DDJ. I hated it. I hated the 1000. I'll say it like here. I hated the Pioneer 1000 SRT. Absolutely hated it. I don't really have too many good things to say about it, apart from like it helped me get through like 2 years where all I had was like an SX2. But I was really waiting for a good controller. I didn't like the Rain 1. I didn't want the Rain 1, even though I had Rain 12s. I just did not like the Rain 1. I didn't like the look of it. I didn't like the mixer. I didn't like anything about it. I was just holding out. So I had a 1000 that got me through until I got a Rev7. And the second I heard this thing was released, you know, I put my order in and I got it immediately, day one. So also what we got up here, you can set your slip mode, which is, it's just the ability to play around on the platter without, or like coming back to the track. So you can like drop a scratch and then you're going to go right back to the time. And that's how loop roll works as well. Sensor obviously is... Censor is just going to censor tracks. If you need like to play clean edits, you just hit that and it's going to reverse and then slip back to where it was. So that exact same thing that I was explaining, like you can scratch and play. This lets you censor that little swear word and then jump, like continue on like it never happened. It just plays in reverse. I wish I had tracks, but it's YouTube. I can't really play tracks or I'm going to get flagged. So I'm sorry, guys. And then you have a key changer. Incredible. Change the key right here, right on the controller. Absolutely incredible. Next, you got just have your load button. This is the same as any controller out there. This lets you spin around, load your tracks. Utility is just your menu. Maybe I'll make a better video of like right on top to show you the menu options. There's not too many. It's just the normal stuff like smooth echo, mic echo, standby, motor torque. Funny enough, I'm using low motor torque. I don't know why, but I'm liking low motor torque better. It must be something to do with the plastic slip mats because it's so slippery. Someone said this on one of my live streams and now it's like sticking with me. It's slippery. It just does not feel right. Very slippery. Don't know why, but I had to move down to low torque. So I guess we'll see. Once we got slip mats out and we can get this like feeling better, I think I might move up. But for now, I'm running on literally on low torque, talk over mode, mic, yeah. Nothing too important, just the normal settings. If you double click the load, you're gonna set up instant doubles. So let me just yeah, so instant doubles just literally loads a track on the opposite deck to the exact same point. So you can drop some doubles. Let's bring that back. All that does is load you back up to exactly where you were on the other track. Not too important. And then you got your sync button, your key lock button. This is the reason why Serato is the greatest program of all time. Their key lock is second to none. Nobody's playing with that. Anyone who says virtual DJ is just as good is they obviously don't like mix or remix. I'm sure it does a good job. Like it plays music, it allows you to DJ, but it is not anything like key lock. Key lock is the game changer. Pitch and Time by Serato is like I will sing its praises for the rest of my life. It's so incredible. Reset is just resetting your tempo range. So this is where you can change it up to +8, +16, +50. You don't get that option on Instant Scratch, unfortunately, but you do get it still in Serato. And then you got your pitch fader. Another reason that I am very upset, Pioneer. I don't know why you would do this, but they removed the divot to let you know when you're at 0. They just it's flush. Like there's nothing to stop you. There's nothing here. I do not understand under any circumstance why they would remove that. That makes no sense to me. Can someone from Pioneer please reach out to me and tell me why they did this? This is like the second reason why I am a little frustrated with this controller. But no worries, you'll still get my rating at the end. Like it's something I can live with. I don't know why. I have no clue why they would do this. They did it, and here we are. So it is what it is. Last thing I'm gonna say about it. Everything that I seem to hate about this controller is on here and on here. Just on the platters. That's it. Nothing else is anything I'm upset with, because everything else on here is incredible. The next thing I will talk about is it comes with an aux cable. So something I was worried about is I was going to have to start bringing an external mixer to events, which is just to have extra ports available, because a lot of times I'll use a backup source for music. Now it's built right in. You probably can't see it, but it's right here. Oh, I think you can see it. I'm looking at my computer. Looks like you might be able to see it, but you plug right into the aux cable, which would be like I'd plug into my computer normally. It's going to give itself a channel and you're good to go. I haven't used it yet, so I'll definitely make another video on like how it works once I get this thing out and working in the real world. But for now, I know it's here, so that's all I need to know. That's all I wanted. So essentially, you got a third channel. You're not going to be able to mess around with that channel. It's just going to play music, but that's your backup source. That's going to keep you safe. If anything ever happens, if like your computer crashes, you're good to go. You're set up, and that's it. So apart from that, we've taken care of the platters. This is obviously the exact same. This does have a pitch bend. I told someone one time it didn't have pitch bend. Before I actually even looked at it, it has a pitch bend. So shout outs, because this thing is not too nice to pitch bend normally. Normally when I'm pitch bending, I'm just I'm touching the platter or I'm spinning the needle, and obviously you don't have that, or the spindle. That's what I normally use to pitch bend. That doesn't exist here, and like because the motor is not so strong, if you touch this platter while it's going, it's just gonna stop it dead in its tracks. So that's not gonna work, obviously. But yeah, it's got pitch bend, which is cool. Waveform zoom, that just obviously changes your waveform. Nothing to worry about, nothing too impressive. And then all that comes next is the most incredible part of this controller, is this mixer right here. It has everything that you need. Like, this mixer is number one. I'll say it forever. Like, the reason I didn't get the Rain 1 is because I hated my Rain 72 so much. It just was not what I was expecting out of a battle mixer. It was okay. The fader was very sticky. The effects sucked. They were terrible. You could never save your effects either. You were stuck like every time. Actually, I did make a review video on it, so definitely go check that out if you want more information. I'm not saying it sucked. Like the whole mixer didn't suck, but a lot of things about it were just annoying. As long as you were able to look past that, it was a great mixer, but it was not something that I was able to look past, so not something I was too interested in. Next thing up, we got a Magvel fader on this mixer. Oh my goodness, this fader is the greatest fader of all time. Like, I used to not be able to do a crab scratch, and within like, I don't know, 3 days of practicing on this thing, I got the crab scratch down. It's so buttery smooth. Like, it is the greatest fader I've ever used in my entire life. I've heard a lot of people talk about the Magvel fader being that greatest fader of all time. And now I can 100% attest to that. Like, this fader is unbelievable. So buttery smooth. I don't know, like, once I start using it a lot, like, will it get caked up? Will it get dirty? I don't know that yet. And that leads me to another question. Like, how do I get in here and clean this thing? I don't know, because this is all glued down in plastic. There's no screws. Like, normally you can take face plates off, you can take everything apart, no problem. You can get in there and clean it up. This thing, you cannot do anything to. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I will let you know when I find out. And what I did see, like, one of the issues that I saw, which I'm still a little scared about, is these things are put down with glue. Like, in what world should there be glue on a controller, like a $3,000 controller? Maybe if this was like the DDJ 400, like the entry level, like, glue it up all you want, but this is like something I'm not okay with. Another negative for you, Pioneer. Like, what are you guys thinking? This is something I should be able to get into, play around with. If I want to change up the fader, I should be able to change up the fader. I don't understand why it's so locked down. Again, if someone from Pioneer is watching this, please reach out to me and let me know, because this doesn't make any sense to me, especially with, like, when I have to clean the fader. Like, what happens when I have to clean this fader, get it all brand new? I don't know. So somebody let me know. Please let me know. Up next, what do we got? You got your normal headphone level mix. If you're not used to this, this is what's going to change like your channel and allow you to hear like different parts. For me, this is what I've always grown up on, so it's 100% normal for me. For a lot of people, they might not feel it, and I'm just playing with this for the first time, and it has a divot for when you're in the middle. What is going on here, Pioneer? Why don't you have one on the tempo fader, but you have it on the headphone fader? I'm gonna blow my brains out here. This is I don't know what's happening. The more I play with this thing, the more questions I have, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and hate. I've understood that this is how it is. I don't know, guys. Next thing we got is the smooth echo. This thing is incredible. I wish I had stuff to play with to show you how awesome this is, but pretty much right here, you're just playing it normal, but then you're going to go change the track. It's just echoing out for you every time. Post fader. Incredible feature. I've never used something like that before. I've heard that it's on like the S7, it's on the S9 mixers. I don't know why I went with the Rain mixer. I should have went with a Pioneer mixer. You don't play with Pioneer mixers. They're the greatest in the world. This feature, I would pay another $1,000 just to have that feature. Incredible. Sampler volume. Next up, you got your hot cues like normal. Hot cue pitch plays on here. Roll. You got your slicer loop, save loop. And then if you use flips, you got your flips right on here. Sampler and scratch bank all right here. And if you don't know how to get to those, you just hold the shift button and you're good to go. Now I got my scratch bank in here.
Up, down.
Incredible. Like, I love Scratch Bank. It's gonna change your game. If you want to learn how to scratch, you need something with Scratch Bank. It just allows you to load up everything that you need, and no matter where you're at, you can pull your sounds, you can pull your stuff out immediately. It's incredible. Next up, we got this silent cue feature, which is interesting, very interesting. Let me hop back to the scratch bank. Let's put a beat on. I just learned how this thing works. I don't really understand it. One of my buddies was watching one of my live streams, and he said the greatest comment of all times. He said, "So you know, we got like the trim, we got the gain, you got like 2 different faders that can turn the sound off. What in the world do you need a silent cue for? Like, what do I need something to turn the sound off for? I got a cross fader, I got an up fader, I got a trim. Like, what in the world do I need a silent cue for? I don't know. I think it's mainly for like guys who've never used turntables before, because you always have to leave the turntable running for the most part. All this does is it keeps it silent. Like, I got the sound on right now, but as soon as you hit a hot cue, it comes back. If you're just like waiting to bring that mix in, it's just running, and then you wanna bring it in with the cue button, you're good to go. So it's a cool feature. Like, it's cool. I'm not gonna knock it. I have no reason to knock it. It is what it is. Beside that, you just got your parameters to change up like the effects, how long they're running, whatever you're using. It's awesome. It's great. The effects they come on this thing is the game changer. Like, it's a Pioneer mixer. Their effects are second to none. Like, this is it. This is worth every penny to have this paddle shifter. If you don't know how that works, you lock them on, or you can just use it for that quick second. It's the way to run effects. I hated the 1000 SRT. It was like the DJM style mixer. It's just not for me. I'm not a fan of that. Like, I know guys who are. If you're into that, like, that's all you. It's not for me at all. Like, I hated it. I'll say it over and over again. Like, I was not a fan of that style of mixer. This is my style of mixer, and it was worth it to me for everything. Your level depth, that's just going to allow you to like kind of modify the effect that you have on. It comes with a few new sound effects. That's just a spin out, nothing new there. But you got this duck down feature, really cool. I wish I had like another sound effect to use here. That's basically just taking you out of the track. Like, if you're running a mix and that's how you want to leave, it's pitching down every single time. It's called the duck down. Really cool. There's some other sound effects. Maybe I'll do like a full dedicated video on the sound effects on this thing. So sick. That's all. Nothing really to go into after that. You got your low high pass filter up here, your trim, set your parameters on the, you can tap in your BPMs, auto BPM. So you just shift. Now it's on auto BPM. Set your parameters, a normal 3-band EQ. Then you got your level and your boost. So like, there's no gimmicks, I guess you can say. Like, there's no special features that are just like, oh, we added this in because it's cool. None of that. Like, this thing straight up like basic. What I've been saying for a very long time is I don't like the fact that there's not just like a basic solution. Like, they're always trying to innovate. Like, Pioneer had to come out and change the platter up. They couldn't just go with a normal platter. Maybe it's for weight. Like, this thing is not heavy at all. I've heard the Rain 1 is very heavy. I don't know. The Rain 12s are a little bit heavy. I don't know about the Rain 1. I've heard it's very heavy. This thing is not heavy at all. Like, I'm probably not even going to notice the 1000 SRT. It was pretty heavy. I'll let you know if there's any difference, but I don't think so. Like, this thing is fairly light. Well, maybe not. It's got a bit of weight to it. We'll find out. Once I start gigging with it and taking it out and using it, that'll be the true test. But what I was going to say is the greatest like solution for turntables is still phase. And the only thing that phase does is it's just a time code. Like, it has no features. It has literally 0 bonus features. And it's the greatest solution for everybody, for all of the turntable guys. Like, it's literally the only thing there is. So I don't understand why people are out here always trying to change things up and trying to make things different, when like the best solution is still the phase, and all it is the time code. It's got no bonuses, no features. It's not a controller. It doesn't have any of that stuff, and it's the greatest solution. I'm feeling that way kind of about this. Like, the only bonuses they got here is this instant scratch, which is like, I'll take those all day. Incredible bonus. but the rest, everything else is just basic, the way it's supposed to be. No extra buttons, no extra pads, no extra like bands or anything. Like, it's just the way it should be. And for me, this is exactly what I've been looking for my entire life, essentially. Probably my next favorite controller to this was the Pioneer SX2. So we're going back like 10 years back, because it was just like there were no bonuses, there were no differences. It was just like basic, regular, portable, and good to go. Now this has like the moving platters. It's incredible. I do have my feelings on these moving platters, but they are starting to grow on me. The more I use them, obviously, the more you're going to get that feel. And it's just like learning that feel. It doesn't feel like turntables, unfortunately, at least to me. Like, it doesn't feel like turntables to me. There's a very clear difference, but they do work. Like, they do work the way they're supposed to. I'm very slowly starting to learn how to beat juggle on them, which is going to be the biggest change, because, man, this screen really messes me up. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. Just for me, it's not what I wanted, but it is what it is. Like, everything else about it is incredible. When I first got it, like, first impressions was I was really upset. I wasn't too happy. I thought it sucked. Like, for the most part, I didn't play with it at all. Like, I just opened it up, turned it on, played around with the platters, and I was really upset by it. I didn't give it any time. But the more time I've given to it, the more I'm starting to get the feel for it, the more I'm starting to like it. So right off the hop, like, my first impression was not good. I was very upset, and I put it at a 7.5. Like, I put the platters at about a 6.5, and then the mixer at like an 11. So I balanced it out to like a 7.5, but now that I played with it, it's getting like a solid 8.5 out of 10. Not too many bad things to say about it. The only bad things that I'm going to say about it is the platter, the not having the clicky here, like not having that here. And then now this just got me even madder because it has the clicky in the middle of the cue on the headphone. Like, why in the world is that a thing? But you know, it is what it is. So Pioneer, you did good. You did a good job with this thing. If someone from Pioneer is watching this, please reach out to me, because I need some answers. I need a few answers as to why you went around and like made these decisions. But it is what it is. So now it gets like a solid 8.5. I get to use it at my first gig this weekend. So I will follow up, let you guys know how I feel about it then. I feel like I'm really going to love it at a gig. And that's it. Like, I've pretty much only used it to scratch on at home. And that's about it. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. Definitely more Rev videos coming soon. I'll definitely let you guys know about how the aux cable works, how all of that stuff works. Probably do a specific sound effect video. But if you guys are looking for a sick controller, like you want I think this thing's going to last me for years. Like, this thing is going to last me for at least 5 years. So to me, this has been worth every penny. I haven't even used it, and I know it's worth every penny. So if you guys are looking for a solid solution, and when you buy like a real controller like this, you don't have to go buy Serato DJ Pro. Like, I've never bought Serato DJ Pro in my entire life. That's saving you money. This is the way to go. I always like to say, like, if you want to take DJing seriously, buy a serious controller, because you're going to get everything unlocked. You're going to get stuff the way it's supposed to be. When you buy those very cheap controllers, like, you're kind of just, you're halfway in, halfway out. Don't bother with those controllers if you really want to start DJing, because once you go like strong and real, it's going to be a lot easier to learn how to do things. But like, if you learn how to mix on a bad controller, like a cheap controller, it's going to be a lot easier once you get something good. So it really just depends on like how serious you want to be. But I would recommend this controller to anybody, like, no questions. We'll see if I have like some issues, like one of these acrylic plates breaks or something, we're going to see. But for now, everything's good. We'll see in the future what happens. So like and subscribe to this video. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace out.